Hey you guys, and welcome to the Unstoppable Women's Network. I am your host, Dr. D, and you can find me here on my channel. You can also find me on social media. I am on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and my handle is at Docta, that's DOCTADEE Effect. And you can find me on all those socials. You'll find me here on our YouTube channel, and I will be doing individual sessions or individual videos, as well as our interview series, Keys to Success for and from Unstoppable Women. So go ahead and like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can stay up to date on our postings, and also go ahead and follow me on social media. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in. Today, I want to talk about resilience. What is resiliency? So resiliency is just a fancy word to say that you can deal with a whole bunch of shit, right? So shit is everything that's going on in your life that stresses you out, makes you feel anxious, depressed, overwhelmed, or even like traumatic experience that took place that are giving you symptoms that are dysregulating you. That's all the shit that we have to deal with. And resiliency is your ability to deal with all of that and still manage to take care of your business, okay? So sometimes when we are resilient individuals, we get depleted and we get overwhelmed and we get overworked, and we have to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves. And so you have to make sure that in the midst of you managing all of the shit that comes with life, especially right now with COVID-19 and the current political status and the current social and economical status that our country is in, and that the world is in, essentially, we have to make sure that we're pouring into our self-care. So for me, I like to try to reward myself every day. So we're at home more often now than we were before. And so what I try to do is I leave myself a little reward every day. So like tomorrow, I'll plan on, okay, I'm gonna order this new lipstick that I like, or tomorrow I'm gonna order this new blouse that I want, or I'm going to, go outside tomorrow and go for a walk in this area that's different from another area I walked in. I also recently looked at like buying an exercise bike, because in my past life, I used to exercise a lot, and I really want to try to get back into that because I enjoy the way that it made me feel. Exercising was a really good outlet for me. I want to try to get into it again. And so I looked at doing that. And so these are all things that we can do to take care of ourselves. And once we're replenishing ourselves with self-care, we're able to continue to fortify healthy resilience and be unstoppable in our lives. So on our path to being unstoppable women, we also want to make sure that we're utilizing these 4 rules of being unstoppable. I'm going to give you these 4 nuggets, and they are going to help you propel yourself to being unstoppable in all your aspects. So I'm going to give you a minute to get your pen, or in your paper, or your phone, or your tablet, or whatever it is that you use to take notes. So I'm going to give you these 4 gems that you can use to be unstoppable in your life. Are you ready? Here we go. So the first one is to embrace your mistakes. I know, mistakes, what? I'm allowed to make those? Absolutely. You can make mistakes. Mistakes are just life lessons. So you want to embrace your mistakes. I know that, sometimes people are like, oh, it has to be perfect, it has to be done this way. You can make mistakes, and those are ways that you can learn what does and does not work. If you do something and it doesn't pan out right, there's something that you were supposed to learn from that so that it can be better the next time. So embrace your mistakes. The next one is never give up, right? You see me looking at my cheat sheet? So the next one is never give up. Keep going. when you make mistakes and when things don't pan out the way that we want them to, sometimes we can get discouraged and we'll get down on ourselves and we'll start to think, maybe this isn't where I'm supposed to be. You decided to embark on this journey for a reason. And this is your journey. This is not your mom's journey or your sister's journey or your brother's journey or your husband or your wife's journey. This is your journey. And so you have to, keep going and don't lose sight of why you started to do this in the first place. There's a reason that you're here, and it's not going to come easy. You're going to hit some obstacles and some hurdles, but they're just going to make you stronger and make you better. So do not give up on what it is that you want. It will happen if you continue to put in the work and manifest your dreams. Don't give up. The next one is to trust in yourself. Now, you're going to have a lot of people telling you what you should do, what you could do, what they did, and all of that's good. It's great to have opposing perspectives, and as therapists call it, we have a different lens. People have a different lens sometimes when working with different situations, but you don't have to take their advice. You can take their counsel, you can hear their opinions, you can weigh the options and see if it works well for you, but you don't have to apply it. What works well for Susan may not work well for Adila, and that's okay. But you have to be the deciding factor about if this is the best course of action for me. Should I take this person's feedback? Should I take their suggestion? You have to decide if you want to adapt it in your life or not. You are the visionary. You are the pilot of your destiny. Don't derail it because somebody else told you what you should be doing. If it doesn't feel right to you, then it's probably not for you. Trust your gut. And last, but certainly not least, is you want to take risks. Yes, life is a gamble, right? And you have to live your life out loud. And all that means is don't be safe. Be okay with putting your all out there and being vulnerable, being transparent, and being authentically you. And what is for you will come. If you try to hide pieces of yourself, you'll just end up resenting it later and you won't be able to reach your fullest potential. Go ahead and put yourself out there. Take risks, whether that's with vulnerability, whether that's with finance, whether that's with your time, whether that's with your vision, with your creativity. Take those risks that you were afraid to or unwilling to before, because it will pay off in the long run. Once you invest in yourself and invest that time and energy and finance, you will start to see the return of investment and it will be worth your while. Okay, you guys, so those are the 4 keys to success. Take risks, embrace your mistakes. Never give up and trust in yourself. With those 4 keys or with those 4 rules, you will be unstoppable. I guarantee it. All right, you guys, that's all for me. I'm gonna go and spend some time with my little gym, and I hope that you guys are staying positive and prosperous and productive in all aspects of your life. Remember, you can do any and everything that you set your mind to, and you are well on your way to being your most unstoppable self. Never give up. You got this. Dr. D.